Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is one of, if not the best racing game I have ever played. A huge factor into why that is would be none other than the CrossWorlds feature. Having your second lap take you to some completely uncharted territory to interrupt the race just never gets old. It makes every race more fun, which is why I thought it would be even more fun to go down and rank every single one of these CrossWorlds from worst to best. Obviously, this ranking is based on my own opinion, so if you have your own strong opinion you think is worth sharing, be sure to comment below after you're done watching the video. I want to give a special thank you to SEGA for supplying me with a review copy of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and to all my viewers for making this lifelong dream possible. With that being said, let's rank every CrossWorld in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds from worst to best. Number 15, Haluska. Haluska is a CrossWorld I really wanted to like since I love the stage in Unleashed, and well, I guess I do kind of like it. I think it looks really pretty, the fact it utilizes all three vehicle types is cool, but aside from that, there's not much else to add. The track design is very linear and bland. It's a super easy track without anything much going on aside from visual effects, and I just found it to be pretty underwhelming. It's not bad, but just weak compared to everything else. Number 14, Golden Temple. Can I just start by saying this CrossWorld reminds me a lot of Silver's version of Dusty Desert from Sonic 06. The giant orbs look so familiar. Anyways, Golden Temple is what I consider to be a good course, though overshadowed by the rest. The track design isn't necessarily as bland as Haluska, but I do find it very annoying to navigate. Not in a challenging way, but more so a tedious sense. The sharp turns on the water segment are somewhat of a chore, and the rolling orbs just kind of serve as more of an annoyance than a worthwhile obstacle. This is a good CrossWorld, but just a bit underwhelming. I would have much rather had a real Sonic 06 track. Number 13, Steampunk. Steampunk is a stage I originally did not like, but after replaying it a couple times, I came to enjoy it a little more. I don't really dig the atmosphere of it too much, and the course design is a bit numbing at times, but there are some qualities of it that push it up even just a little bit. The plane segment might be pretty boring, but I did like the cart part a little more. Going under the giant machine was kind of exhilarating, and there's this cool little shortcut you can take on the right of the track, which feels super rewarding to pull off. It is pretty hard to do, but once you get good with drifting, it's just so much fun. It makes the course even more exciting. Though I will say, while recording gameplay for this video, I ran into this very weird glitch where I clipped under the map. You gotta love that. Number 12, Sweet Mountain. This is a course I really expected to dislike altogether, but honestly, it's not terrible. I mean, sure, it is a bit on the bland side, there's not much going on, and its course design is just forgettable. But I do admire the challenging tight turns this stage has to offer, especially in the boating section. It truly tests your drifting skills in a way where it's not too tedious, but rather fun and fast-paced. The atmosphere looks beautiful as always, and I loved hopping through the donuts midway through the course. And I gotta say, that plane segment where you have to dodge all those little balloons was a little bit of fun. Overall, a pretty solid CrossWorld. Number 11, Roulette Road. Roulette Road was the last of the more forgettable tier CrossWorlds in my opinion. The visuals on this course are very stunning, and the music is a remix of one of the best songs from Heroes, so you gotta love that. And overall, the course design does hold some weight. Sure, it's nothing crazy like the ones I'm about to get into, but I do enjoy dodging and weaving through the casino chips, and the tight turns are rewarding to pull off. Number 10, White Cave. Now this is what I'd consider to be a pretty strong course. It is by far the most difficult CrossWorld in the game, but I do not think that makes it bad whatsoever. It's very easy to fall off the map, so you truly are on the edge of your seat the whole time, trying to find the most optimal way to drift through some of the more empty segments. I also love the tube section, where you gotta blast through all the toxic plantation. The worst I can say about this course is that it can be a real pain in the ass if you're in last place, but overall, very rewarding and very exciting. Number 9, Sky Road. Now, I don't have much to say for Sky Road, but despite my strong vocal disliking for Team Sonic Racing, I found Sky Road to be a very fun course. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that the aerial course design is a lot of fun, and the entire course feels very bouncy. Just a very chill track to pick overall. Number 8, 8, Magma Planet. I originally did not like this course whatsoever. Magma Planet, probably in my bottom 3. But once I got the hang of the plane controls, I grew to really enjoy it. I find it to be a very good challenge, as you have to carefully dodge through all the flying magma monsters, and the alternate routes are a lot of fun to take. Definitely one of the better flying courses in my opinion. Number 7, Digital Circuit. Now, Digital Circuit has to be one of the more linear CrossWorlds, though I don't think that makes it bad whatsoever, as I feel like the tight turns and alternate vertical pathways more than make up for it. I find it fun and relaxing to play through this course. Its design is very visually stunning and creative. There's an entire section where you fly past security lasers, almost as if you're hacking into a computer. Also, it's named after, and most likely based off, a Shadow the Hedgehog level. So what's not to love? Number 6, Galactical Parade. Even despite my moderate disliking for Sonic Colors, I have to admit it, this is one of the best courses in the entire game. It's extremely fast-paced, and it feels like it was ripped right out of the game it's representing, and I mean that in the best way possible. Not only is a plane segment really enjoyable because you're flying into and past meteorites at high speeds, but the part where you have to follow the developing road whilst weaving past Eggman robots feels like it's right out of Sonic Colors, which I greatly admire. Number 5, Hidden World. Hidden World was by far the most baffling course in the entire game to me. Why the hell would SEGA make a track based on that one secret world from Sonic Lost World that nobody bothered to play? And why the hell is it so fun? This course truly embraces Sonic Lost World's weird side. You start flying past a bunch of wannabe Pac-Mans. There's an entire section where you just collect hundreds of rings on the floor, and then you do more flying. I absolutely love playing through this course. It's so fascinating to me and just really exciting to go through. Number 4, Dragon Road. Now we are getting into the legend tier of CrossWorld levels. Dragon Road is nothing short of perfection. The track design truly makes you feel like you're playing through a mainline Sonic level. Well, mostly because you are, but you get the point. Whether it be the tight turns on the dragon statues or avoiding the Gaia Phoenix's fire blast while jumping through hoop rings, I find this course to be an absolute blast, just like the level it's based on. Number 3, Dinosaur Jungle. There is a very good reason why Dinosaur Jungle was the premier track when SEGA was first ever advertising Sonic CrossWorld's CrossWorld gimmick. Not only is it based on a Sonic and the Secret Rings level, which is cool within itself, but it opens up with you driving down a massive waterfall, only to dodge and weave away from a swarm of raging giant T-Rexes. And once you're done that, you're led to a lazy river which you must carefully drift through with the tightest turns imaginable, only to finish up the track on a Brachiosaurus's tail. Not only is this CrossWorld extremely adrenaline-inducing and well-designed, but it's also very good-looking. It has amazing visuals, and the soundtrack that goes along with it truly gives it a cinematic feel. Number 2, Cyberspace. The moment I saw Cyberspace was a real stage in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, I absolutely lost my shit. This track truly takes everything good about the best cyberspace levels from Sonic Frontiers and puts it into one of the best kart racing tracks I've ever had the pleasure of playing. It serves an amazing sense of challenge and rewards extremely odd shortcuts. It truly feels like a real cyberspace level. I guess a good example is I love taking this left into a hoop ring that launches you onto the most optimal path of the course. I just love this level. Now for number 1, Kraken Bay. Can I just say, I absolutely adore this course. It's by far one of my favorites in any racing game, period. And certainly what I'd consider to be the best CrossWorld in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Kraken Bay encapsulates speed. You start off riding these fast-paced tsunamis where you can boost and jump around to blast through the giant waves. And by the time you're on the pirate ship, you're already weaving and drifting past a bunch of explosive barrels and giant ghosts at max speed. And on top of all that, you're given a split pathway that gives you the choice to either drive by car or by boat, whichever playstyle you prefer. Either way, it leads you into a giant cannon which blasts you into a plane, where you have to carefully navigate past a giant Kraken's tentacles at sonic speed. There's never a dull moment with this course, and that's why I consider it to be the best CrossWorld in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. It truly capitalizes on the wackiness of this entire game. And there you have it. Every CrossWorld in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds rank from worst to best. This is a very subjective topic, and there's a large chance you disagree with over half of my list, which is why I ask you to comment your rankings, or even just your personal favorite stage, in the comments down below, as I love reading those. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Sonic content, as I love talking about all things Sonic. Thank you to SEGA and all my loyal viewers for allowing me to create this video. With all that said, I will see you guys next time.